This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day and of the week here. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. But first of all, we're going to take a look at the big oil ETF, XLE, and UGA, which is the gasoline ETF. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, or sell any stock on ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have the XLE. Now, this is the big oil ETF. Now, here it was going along here pretty good here when the T-Man first got in here, but we just have like a roller coaster ride. And then what we did is we just put them almost like a double top situation, and then she just sold right off here hard. Now, again, I wouldn't be able to get too excited with this. Is always my favorite trade. Plus, it pays like a 3.5% dividend. Okay, but this has all the good stuff in. I went over this many a times. Got Exxon Mobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, you name it, it's in here. Okay, again, and it pays the dividend again. Okay, so let's look at the downside here first. So what we're looking at today, you're sitting at 78.67. So what we're looking at here is we want to go to today's low. We want to hold that 75.82, and then yesterday's low at that 75.48. We'll come over to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 74.98, and then we have your retest there at 74.49. Now you can see here we just have this sideways action here. Right now the market's doing good. The Dow's up over 500, Nasdaq's over 265. Well, let's see how it shakes out here by the end of the day. Now, again, this is just a trader's market. All I did today was just scalping that TQQ. It got as low as 444.862, as high as 49.07. Just a really just super trader. I already did it twice already. And what I get out of there, I already got 7 points out of it so far. So that's always looking good here. So there's always a trade somewhere. Okay, now again, oil is coming into its phase. We have that summer drive come up here. And then we got the hurricane season, really all till the end of September. I know it doesn't look very good right now, but, you always have to take a look at it, okay? So here on the upside, what we're doing is we're looking at here is going to be looking at that 79.20 level. Okay, that's today's high. Then we'll come on top of this candle here, looking at 80.22. We'll look at top of here. You're looking at 81.08, and then right here, 81.54. That's going to be your key level. Now, if we can get above that 8-day, then we're going to come to the top of this candle here, 83.21, and then here's your gap, okay, 84.59. That's going to be resistance, and then we look to the bottom of this candle right here at that 86.71. So your gap and your fill. Then we can go to the 21-day here, your 50-day, and then your 100 SMA here, okay? But right now, this 8-day is everything. Just like on a lot of charts, it has to get above and close above that, then she can go higher. Now, you can see here we got way oversold conditions, so when you see that, that's always a good rally point. And now we're sitting here pretty much on the bottom here. That doesn't mean they can't just go sideways here for a while, and we'll have to see how that shakes out. But at MACD, we're just way the green below your red here, but now you can see the little bars curving all the way up here. So let's see how this all shakes out. The key to the upside right there is going to be that 8-day, 81.55. And then your big retest down there at 74.49. Now, gasoline is another one that's coming into play here. This is how I trade gasoline. Now, remember, this doesn't do a whole lot of volume, so you're not going to be buying a pile of shares. But again, you can still, I just buy it in stages and sell it in stages, okay? So what we're looking at here, let's look at the downside first. We're looking at today's low. You're looking at 54.81, and then we look to yesterday's low. You're looking at 54.54, and then we have your big retest down here at 52.80. Now, here on the upside level, what we're looking for is the bottom of this candle right here. Okay, 56.51. We'll come to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 56.64. Then we come to the top here. You're looking at 57.45, and then there's your big boy right there at that 58.15 level, which is your 8-day. Okay. Now, if we can get above that, then we look at here, we got a lot of gaps here, okay? So we look at the top of this candle here, you're looking at 58.93. There's your gap, okay? Look to the bottom of this candle here, 60.10, okay? Gap, fill. Then we look again to the top of this candle at 60.96, and then we look to the bottom here, okay, at 64.42. Another gap, another fill, okay? But we have these resistant levels. You have your 21-day, your 50-day, 100-day, 200-day in the middle of that. But let's just see if they can just get a nice rally up here, maybe possibly to this 100-day, okay? So that's what we're watching on the upside, is that 8-day on the upside and that 52.80 on the downside. Now, you can see here, this got right to an oversold condition. Bounced off here, and then we're kind of trying to rally up here, you know what I'm saying? So just taking consideration that you got that summer driving coming into the situation for both of these here, your big oil and your gasoline. So we got to see how this all shakes out. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Now you can see here how nicely it's holding this key 200 SMA here. Okay, very, very nice. Came right on down to it. Now look what we did. We made a higher low and a higher high. Okay, very, very nice. Okay, so this was a really good scalp here today in the IBIT, and that's what I used there for the long. Okay, so we need to close above this 84.06 level. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is sitting at 84.65. So right now we're above it, but we got to see if we can hold this on a closing basis. If we can, we'll just come right to the top of this candle. This is your next resistance level at 85.60. We'll come up here at 85.240, and we'll come up top of this candle here. You're looking at 85.955. Okay. Then we'll come at the top of this candle. You're looking at 87.785. Then we'll come over here. We're looking at 88.50, and then we're looking for this 50-day. This is your big target at 88.634, and then we can go to your price channel right above that at that 89.20, which is basically just the top of that candle. Okay, but again, realistically, your upside, what we're looking for is try to head towards that 50 SMA here if we can close above that 21-day. Now, we got to see how this all shakes out, not just today, but Sunday night, when those futures open at 6 p.m., we got to take a look at Bitcoin. Now, I can start trading here at 8 p.m., so I'm going to see if we sink all the way back down here again, then I will jump right back into that IBIT, and then I can just rally right up. So what I do here, like in the middle of the night, is I put side by side my IBIT and my BTC chart side by side. And then what I do is I put in orders. If it comes down to that 200 SMA here, then it'll buy it. Maybe it could be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll already buy it. By the time I get up, I already own it because I think this 200-day is very, very solid here now. So that's what I trade this range here. Okay. So on the downside here, what we want to watch is you want to watch the top of this candle here. You're looking at that 81.450. We look on top of here. We're looking at that 81.100. And then what we'll do is we're going to be looking right at that 200-day at that 78.887. That's going to be very, very critical. If that's lost here, your big target is going to be 74.635 level here. But right now, this is looking very good. Let's see if we can close above that 21 SMA, and we'll see how those futures open there at 6 p.m. on Sunday night, and maybe make a trade here, take it up to that 50 SMA here, okay? Now, 49, plenty of room on the upside here. We had that nice, good, positive divergence going here. See where we have the low, okay, with lower low, higher low, see, positive divergence, okay, is sending this bad boy higher. So what if we can break out of this 8-day and that 21-day, then we can shoot right there for that 50-day. Now, if we can't, say we don't close above that 21-day, then watch that 8-day there for support, okay, that 82.079, and then right back down to that 200 simple moving average there, okay? But again, easy way I trade this, IBIT for the long, BIT for the short, and it works out very nicely. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil and we have natural gas. Now you look at these two charts here, even though it's different, okay, the charts are pretty much the same when you look at this, okay? Pretty much the same. So what we're looking for here on the upside is this 8-day. This 8-day is absolutely everything, okay, on the upside. So if it can get above it, okay, then we can just follow the candles up here, okay? You're looking at 63.90. We're looking at 65.25 level there. And then we're going to be looking right here at the bottom of this candle here at 65.98. And then we'll be looking for that 21-day at 66.58. Then we have to see what the reaction is once it gets there. But right now, this 8-day is going to be everything. Now, as those futures open up Sunday night, this 8-day is going to be lower. Okay, so always remember that. So this doesn't have to get as high as what we had yesterday. It can come down lower, but until it gets above it, just like we had here, okay, see this? All the way down, until we get above it, you're just not going to go higher. It's just that simple. Now, downside here, you want to watch today's low, 59.43, and then we want to watch 58.76, and then we want to watch here, 57.88, and your retest down there at 55.12 level. Now, easy way I trade this here is it was a great scalp in there today. SCO, I got out of that, and I jumped into the UCO, and that's actually looking here pretty good. You're up over 2% there today, so the UCO was a really good trade here. Now, at the end of the day here, I'll probably go out flat, and we'll see how this all shakes out, because I'll be watching this 8-day at Sunday night. If we can get above that, okay, then I can take a good shot at that 21-day, and I can jump on that UCO and take it up here longer, okay, higher, I should say. If we can't, you know, we're going to trade against today's candle, and that loses that today's low, then it could be a nice short, maybe even all the way down to here. Okay, natural gas here, well, this was really kind of like a whole lot of nothing. Now, however, we do have a bottoming candle here, so let's see how it shakes out. So upside, you want to watch that 3.57 level, okay? And then the next level, 369. Remember, we have your 8-day sitting right there at that 3.73, and then we have 3.89, your 21-day and your 50-day. Now, again, when those futures open at 6 o'clock on Sunday, this 8 days, we're going to probably cross over that 100-day, and this is going to provide very, very strong resistance, okay? Example, boom, into it. Boom, into it. Boom, into it, okay? So this is going to be very, very strong resistance. If we can get above that, then you got your 21-day and your 50-day, but right now, not so good. We probably get a sideways action. Downside, right here, just watch this price channel. 3.33, that's loss. You're going to come right here, okay, 3.29, and then we have here 3.16, 3.11. Gap, fill, and then your 200 SMA here. Okay, now we're holding around the bottom here, 40 level. That can go either way direction. This is not looking very good, bullish at all. The green is well, your red. We got to see if that can ride the bottom or curl up. Once it curls up like this, you get that green over your red. This is the reaction to it. Okay, so what you want to do is you're trading right between 3.33 and this 100-day. Okay, 3.69. That is what your trading area is now. You break above it, then we have that 8-day to compete with, and then the 50-day and 21-day. We lose this level here, 333. Your big target is 3.04. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here Sunday night here. Always have a video there before 7 o'clock, and we'll get you set up there for, I always say Monday, but now with the trading there at 8 o'clock, I get you set up for 8 o'clock kind of a situation, and we'll see how it all shakes out. Right now, the market is moving up nice and high, so we got to see if this holds out here and it closes higher going into the weekend. Now, remember, the weekend's going to be a lot of news. They're going to meet with the people from Iran. That could have effect on crude oil and commodities kind of a situation. We don't know how this is all going to shake out. So keep your positions light if you're going into the weekend, because you can always live another day to trade. That's the key. It's always live another day to trade, okay? And the last thing you want to do is lose money going in a weekend all pissed off and then come out revenge trade on Monday. Not a good look. Okay. All right. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you Sunday night. Thanks for watching.